Before the review gets started, I just want to say thank you to Parrot for sending me the Rolling Spider MiniDrone. It is seriously an amazing piece of technology, and I had a wonderful time reviewing it, and I hope I get to work with you guys again. Enjoy the video. Alright, now we're going to go over what comes with the Parrot Rolling Spider when you buy it. Alright, so you start out with this box right here. As you can see, this is the drone. No, I wasn't sent an empty box. I've already opened it. I've been trying it out for a few days now. So, alright. So, this is what it comes with. You get, the drone will be here. It comes with micro USB charger to charge it, obviously. Then, you get some nice stickers, and then, obviously, a starting guide. And I've already taken them off. They would be here. Is the rolling part. You get these, which I'll show you attaching them in a minute. This is for indoor. If you just want, it can roll, like it can go like that. It's the rolling spider. So you can. This is also to protect the blades if you're doing it inside an enclosed area, so it can go balls and stuff. All right, now this is the drone itself. This thing is seriously small. Like, look at it in comparison to to a Vita. I have my Vita right here. Compared to a Vita, it's smaller in width to the Vita. Look at that. Like, pretty small. That's why they call it MiniDrone. It's not a full-on drone, but it's a MiniDrone. There's one of the stickers. So this is Parrot Rolling Spider. You've got sensors here. You got your camera. Basic stuff. This is where the battery goes. Then these, you put it on. To be honest, it is kind of confusing how to put it on. You gotta, yeah, there you go. Then they're on. If anyone really wants a tutorial on how to put them on, I will do it, but it's just it takes a second to play around with, and you get it. There we go. Now on to some footage of me flying it, and I'll talk about the specs and everything, how fast it can go. So, hope you guys enjoy the review of the Parrot Rolling Spider. Enjoy. There are many different ways. To control your drone. This is the one I prefer. It's just a lot easier than a lot of the other ones. To the right here is how you move it. Steer the drone up, down, left, right, and stuff. This side, left and right, is to rotate the drone while it's flying. Then the up is to make it go higher, down to make it lower. Then here you got your takeoff button. It'll take off, go a few feet off the ground, and hover until you start to control it. And then once it takes off, you want to land it. This will change to land. You just press it, and it lands completely by itself. You don't have to do any controls. It just lowers and lands. Then yeah, down here you got your battery percentage. I'm at 66%. You got your camera, as you can with the Rolling Spider. You can take pictures because it has a camera sensor on it. But the pictures aren't super HD and stuff, but I think of it more as a novelty than to really use it. But it's still really cool. Then here are your flips and stuff. Yeah, by double tapping this right here, it will cause your drone to do some sort of flip. Then if you think, oh no, it's gonna crash into something, and you want it to drop, hit emergency. That stops the motor, stops all the propellers, and the thing just drops. So it's about to run straight into a tree. You hit emergency, it'll drop. Alright, there are other settings. You can set the max altitude, which goes up to 10 meters, I believe, right? Yeah, 10 meters. I don't want it to go too high. I live in a dense area, a lot of trees. Then max incline, then just go right. Different piloting controls. The joypad is what I'm using. What I forgot to show is it's also like a camera I don't know if you can really see it, but you use your camera so you can record, press this button to record from your phone. I'll show that later in the video, but it doesn't record sound, so I would hope they would do that, but there's, you know. Alright. Then you got your speed, rotation speed. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can change the name, and that just gives specs and stuff. So, there we have it. This is a free app on the App Store, and I believe the Google Play Store also. It's really simple to control. It does take, the learning curve isn't that, like, substantial. It doesn't take a lot to really get used to. It's pretty simple. Again, this is the joypad control, which I prefer. It's just a lot simpler. It gives it all to you right here in your hands. The Parrot rolling spider is a very sophisticated piece of technology. On its bottom side, it has a few different sensors. It has a pressure sensor, ultrasonic sensor. It also has a camera, so it can also tell how far it is off the ground. But using these sensors, it is very good at hovering. It hovers at around, if you just lift off without using any of the controls, it's around maybe 2 or 3 feet. It just hovers there. And using the sensors, it can, if there's a little bit of wind, it'll try and stay in the same place. It is honestly pretty good at it. For such, this thing's pretty small. It's about maybe 3 or 4 inches, maybe a little more, in propeller to propeller, but the thing's small, and it does a lot. It has the camera, which you can take pictures with it. It's not super great quality. It's 640 by 480.3 megapixels. It's not seriously, it's not like a phone camera or anything. It's not going to be that clear, but it is pretty cool. Then I like the fact that the controls are from your phone. I mean, I've never really been a big fan of like handheld controls. I just don't think they work very well, honestly. But then it connects to your phone through Bluetooth 4.0, and using this, you can go around. It can go around 20 meters away from you without it going out of range. So it's not super far, but it doesn't need to be. If it goes out of range, it's not just gonna shut off and fall. It'll just hover in place until you get closer so it can reconnect. Going vertical, it goes up to 10 meters, and that is the maximum it can do. 10 meters is still pretty high. It does flips, takeoff landing buttons. The thing is, for using an app to control it, it is really stable. The thing is extremely tough. Extremely. I do not say that lightly. The first time it was on purpose. I was flying it, getting used to the controls, and it flew into a fence. Flew into a fence. One of the propellers came off. There, you snap it back on. It's fine. If one of the propellers bend, no problem. Just bend it back and it's fine. The thing is seriously stable. It really is. Then there's another time where I was just flying it up, testing the altitude, because at first it took me a second to realize that you can change the altitude. I was like, why isn't it going any higher? Then I realized there's a settings button, and you go into that and you can change it, which I showed earlier in the video. And I was playing around with that. Then, cause the controls are a little weird, because it depends what way it is facing for it to go straight and whatever. So you have to get used to that. And I winded up running into a branch, which is a good maybe 15-20 feet up. So it hit that, and if one of the propellers hit something to prevent further damage, they'll just shut off. So the thing fell. It fell upside down onto the propellers, and it was fine. The propellers got a little scratched up, but it's fine. It still works completely fine. which is amazing. The thing is seriously stable. And there's the controls. It is beginner friendly. It's not like complex drones where there's so much you have to learn. It's literally for the control scheme that I like. It's literally like you're playing a video game, basically. It's just 2 joysticks, and there you go. I've said positives. I need to go into a negative. Sorry. One negative is the battery life. Now, Parrot was extremely nice and supplied me with 2 batteries. 1 battery that comes with it and 1 spare. The battery life is not good. I understand it is a mini drone, so obviously it's not going to be tremendous since it's mini. The battery life is around 7 or 8 minutes on full charge, and it takes up to an hour, around an hour to fully charge back up. The Parrot mini drone goes for around $100 US. It is a seriously good deal. This thing is so fun to play around with. I've had it for about a month, and it's seriously amazing. I have so much fun with it. The camera I like on it is just you can take they call it, in the app they call it dronies. So it's pretty but yeah, this thing is seriously amazing. I highly recommend you go and pick one of these up. $100 for this thing is honestly a steal. I'm not being paid or anything. This isn't a product placement. This is my honest opinion. This thing, if I was to give it a score out of 10, I'd give it an 8. -1 for the battery life, and it really is just good. This thing is amazing. I highly recommend going and getting it. I'll leave a link to it in the description to Parrot's website. So thank you guys for watching this review, and have a good day.